What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to 40 Fitness. Today, I want to talk about another topic, which is testosterone or hormones dropping in aging men. I was over at watching a channel, it was Tim something, I can't remember his name, but this one dude, this John Carter or whatever his name is, I don't know if that's his real name or not, wanted to get into a debate with me about men being in the athletic peak at 45. First of all, that is very not true. Your testosterone levels start to dip after around age 35. Depending genetically, you know where you're at. Some guys earlier, some guys later, but definitely between 35 and 40, you can definitely tell, your performance is starting to slack off a little bit in most men. Like I said, unless you want to be genetically elite, usually, you can definitely tell. It gets harder to lose weight after a certain age. The weights don't go up as good. You have a problem with your joints, especially if you've been lifting for a while and consistently. And everything, when you get older, your body starts changing. You don't stay the same till you're 45 years old. Nobody does. Your athletic peak is actually in your 20s and early 30s. When I was 33 years old, I was benching 495 pounds. Now, granted, I wasn't the healthiest dude in the world. I weighed 280 pounds, but I was very strong. I could still run. I felt good. I felt fine. But as I got older, my body couldn't carry that weight anymore. My joints couldn't take it no more. Everything was wearing out. And when I went to have my testosterone checked last year, I remember when I had it checked when I was in my 20s, I was 800 and something nanograms per deciliter. Now I'm 665 nanograms per deciliter. That's a big drop between 29 and 44. And it's been going down consistently, probably like 1% a year. And then recently I'm getting the big numbers, maybe 3, 4, 5% a year. Who knows? But it's steadily on a decline. It's not on the increase. It's not staying the same. So all these guys thinking that, I look better than younger guys in the gym, and so it must not be true about hormones level dropping, and it's not hard to lose weight. You're fooling yourself. First of all, you look better than those younger guys in the gym because either number one, they got bad genetics, and there's a lot of people out here with bad genetics. I've seen a lot of bad arm genetics, bad chest genetics, bad back genetics. Number two, they don't work hard. There's a lot of guys in the gym messing around. I can count the guys, on my hand that go in there, get it done, look good, in the gym. That is very, very few far in between. Most of the guys in the gym, especially younger guys, they're in there texting, trying to get their music list, or trying to do whatever. Everything except working out. They sit on a machine, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're very inconsistent, and that's why you look better than them. And maybe you just got better genetics than they got. A lot of guys come on here telling some, I only work out, so many months out the year, or I can stay away and just work out. Dude, you still, getting your newbie gains. If you never worked out, if you never worked out and you walk into a gym at 35, 40 years old, you're going to get newbie gains too. Because you get older, don't mean you don't get newbie gains. Newbie gains stop because you have already lifted. But if you haven't already been lifting, then you're going to get those newbie gains. Just like anybody will when they're in their teens. So quit fooling yourself thinking that your body's the same. It's not. Hormones drop. Things change when you get older. It's getting older. When people kill me when they say, "Oh, people use getting older as an excuse not to lose weight." No, dude, it gets harder. When I was younger in my 20s, it was easy for me to drop weight. Very easy. I can eat whatever I want. My body will burn it right off. Now that I'm in my 40s, it's hard for me to lose weight. Very hard. I've been doing intermittent fasting, but I do 3 meals a day. I will admit that. And I only lost like 10 pounds in the whole month. And to me, that's kind of slow. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy with my progress because I'm not starving myself and, I'm feeling good. I'm still be able to work out. I'm not low energy. I'm not tired or anything like that. I'm still able to maintain. but it's still kind of slow based on how it used to be for me. It used to be all I had to do, I could still eat 3 or 4 times a day, just cut back a little bit, and I would drop 15, 20 pounds in a month, no problem. Now I can't do that. My metabolism is slower, and it's just a fact of life. And just so you not know it's just me, you can go on to Live Strong or any other, website, and it will tell you male testosterone. They say here is dips after age 30, 1% a year, and it's peaking at 19. So you can a 19-year-old can have a testosterone level of 970 nanograms per deciliter. 970 compared to my 665. So you telling me that's not a drop? Something's wrong with your math, dude. Our estrogen levels get higher as we get older, not our testosterone levels. See, the way it works is in men, your testosterone go low and your estrogen get high. That's why you see older men with all this extra body fat, even the skinny dudes, And in women, it's the opposite. Their testosterone get high and their estrogen get low. You don't believe me? Look it up. Do your research, do your due diligence. But please don't get on the internet, being ignorant, just because you look a certain way. Yeah, I look better than a lot of guys, young guys in my gym too. But it doesn't mean my testosterone level is higher than theirs. It means I work harder than theirs, and they work harder than they do, and I've been at it way longer than they have. If those guys were to put the time in and the work in, they would be better than me, based on their genetics. And a lot of guys kill me too, talking about it. Everybody that talk about genetics is on steroids. No, there's some people out there that do have good genetics. There's a lot of guys on YouTube that just steroid it out or just take a little bit of something, but there are some guys with just good genetics, and I know it's hard to come to terms with because, you've never seen nobody with arms that big naturally, so he must be on something. No, you just never met him. That's all it is to it. You just never met the guy. So trust me, like I've seen people like Massive Iron, Jerry Ward, they get on and measure their arms and they say, oh, like especially Massive Iron. You say, oh, if you see a guy with 20-inch arms, look at my arms. No, dude, there are people with arms bigger than yours that don't take steroids. They're just naturally, genetically better than you are in the arm department. That's just plain and simple. I have 20-inch arms. I don't take nothing. I've never taken any steroids. I'm scared of needles. Never. I'll put my blood results to any challenger. This tells you that last year I was 665 nanograms per deciliter. Not only that, you can go on my Facebook page and see pictures of me from years, and I've still looked the same. I've never changed. So my blood results, I'm not lying to you. It's just the way it is. I've always had good arm genetics. Now, do I have a rippling six-pack? No. Do I have shredded glutes? No. Do I have like the Quadzilla legs? No, I do not. My legs are decent, but they're nowhere near where they used to be before my leg injury or where I think they should be now. So trust me, man, you gotta work to your best potential, but don't be ignorant about what's going on. Don't think you can just pick up a weight of 45 and all of a sudden, you king shit. No, dude. The people who look good at 45, either, like I said, either they probably on something or they just been working hard for years. They working hard for years, and you thinking they up, but they actually on their decline. Because you see the outside, you don't know what's going on internally. So do your research. Look at it. And if you find a research that tells me your physical peak is 45, please link me that research. Or not even link it to me, you can comment down below and I will look that research up. Because there's no research that states an athletic prime is 45 years old unless they're trying to sell you something. 40 Fitness out.